Welcome back to Lawrence McKenna channel. Today something a little bit different, but also quite similar. BT Sport invited me along for a little chat. Turns out at the same time, I'll be hooked up to a lie detector test. Turns out, passed with flying colours. Exactly. At the same time, Rio Ferdinand just wandered in midway through the chat we were having. We had some really good chats about him and Torres, him and Vidic, whether Steven Gerrard was better than Luka Modric, which was also a really good chat. Believe it? Well, now see it on BT Sport. I'm kind of getting good at delivering that line, but I don't know, maybe I'm not as good as the BT Sport presenters. So if you do want to see more of the Premier League and more BT Sport, head over there, put the link down there in the description. Thanks a lot for watching the channel, supporting it, guys. Thanks a lot to BT Sport for inviting me along. Enjoy the video. We're doing the lie detector test with me and my old friend Joel Bayer from the original YouTube days. I can't do that because, I got that on. I'm wearing a lie detector. This is my man Mark here. He's going to work out if I'm lying or not. This is all thanks to BT Sport. Thank you very much, BT Sport. Believe it and watch it on BT Sport. Oh, some of the sound initially was sort of corrupted, so we just went straight in with this kind of Hendo chat that we had. Originally, there were some more questions. Yeah, anyway, enjoy it. Hendo is the best captain in Europe. Can you name a better captain?
I need to think about this for a second.
Can you name a better captain?
Man United, no. Arsenal, no. Chelsea, no.
Even Spurs.
Spurs,
Harry Kane.
No, yeah, but I still don't think he's a captain. I think he's good regardless. I think you take away the armband or you keep it, and he's still the same player.
Exactly.
For me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong, yeah. I'm
No,
not saying you're lying.
No.
I'm just, testing it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see.
City. Can you even name their captain?
Well, Mark Noble, he's just retired, so maybe
Mark Noble. I can say it now. Obviously, Mark Noble's retired.
But.
I mean, you can't name a better one.
No, I think you're right.
Manuel Neuer maybe? But even then, I'm like, I think Hendo's better as a captain.
Yeah, PSG, they ain't.
PSG ain't got that. Nah. And then AC Milan have got a couple of them. Liverpool have got the most captains in their side.
Who's Bayern's captain again?
Neuer, isn't it?
Yeah, he's one of the best though.
He's one of the best, but no Hendo. He's not. You know if Bayern are in a difficult situation,
I don't know how
who pulls them through it? If Jordan Henderson's in your team, you got a guy who pulls you through.
And for England, I think he's a good vice captain.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think
he's captain.
Yeah, he is, isn't it?
Yeah. Talks more. I've seen him in training. You've been done the England training thing.
Yeah.
You see him in
he's
training.
One of the best. Listen, let me tell you something, Lawrence, right? I say this to people, they go, "Oh, who's the best players that you've ever seen in the England camp?" I always say the same thing. Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Don't care if he's a Spurs fan and I'm an Arsenal fan. He is exceptional.
Well, Harry Kane was an Arsenal fan.
He was when he was at 6.
Exactly,
yeah. Anyway. Raheem Sterling, just clinical, as you can imagine, and Jordan Henderson.
Exactly.
He does not lose the ball. Exactly. He's got something. This is why all the managers like him. This is why he's still playing.
Exactly.
So yeah, you know what? I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next question. Ready?
Mark's always ready.
Mark's always ready. Is Jurgen Klopp the best manager in Europe, yes or no?
Yes.
No, he's telling the truth.
I do believe it.
Okay, you believe it, right?
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Because I believe resource-wise, he's done better than other managers, right? He's the manager who's got the most out of all those guys. He's
got the most, I agree. But I still think Pep Guardiola is the best manager.
So I think Pep is the best in another way.
Okay.
I think Pep is or he may be one of your all-time greats, which Klopp is. Mm-hmm. But I think in the moment when things are happening, Klopp changes things. Stuff happens with Klopp. There's something ethereal about Klopp that Pep doesn't have. That's what makes him the best.
I disagree.
Sir Alex Ferguson had the same, and Wenger kind of had the same.
See, that ruined my next question, because I was going to ask you, is Arsene Wenger better than Jurgen Klopp?
Can I answer that?
You can ask us a question.
Is Arsene Wenger better than Jurgen Klopp as a manager or coach?
No.
Why?
Truthful.
Now, you know what? I'd say, is there a one where it's neither way? Do you know what I mean?
Nah, it's either yes or no, mate. It's more what
I believe,
you feel.
what the heart thinks.
Yeah.
Because I believe he is a good manager. Mm-hmm. I just think Wenger, when you look back at Wenger, there's a few moments where he could have capitalised. Maybe we just don't see Klopp the same. Also, the European Cup.
But here's another one
on
the Wenger topic. Can I ask it, Mark?
Go for it, ask.
Is Arsene Wenger the only world-class manager that hasn't won the Champions League?
No.
In modern day era?
There's got to be someone else.
I can't believe he believes that.
In Italy or
World
somewhere.
class.
Poch is
Who?
world class.
No, come.
Poch is world class.
Stop it. Stop
is
it.
world class.
What's going on over
I
there?
knew I'd get under your skin.
What's going on over
Poch is
there?
world class.
No, I think Poch is really good, but you can't call him world class.
Why not?
Just hasn't done enough.
He
hasn't done enough.
He got Spurs to this point. This Spurs team is.
It's his. I agree.
Well, yeah, mostly. I don't think Harry Kane would be the player he is without him. I don't think Son would be the player he is without him. I don't think Eric Dyer. Well,
I don't know about
Eric Dyer would probably.
I don't know
be the
about
same player
Dyer.
without
Yeah,
him,
I don't know about Dyer. I don't know about Dyer. Don't know about Dyer.
Yeah, but still, you get what I mean. But Poch was just the one that came off the top of my head. There's plenty of other managers who haven't won it.
Let me tell you why you're wrong, right?
Okay.
Because if you look at Arsene Wenger, come on, man, he changed the face of football. You know, like literally, he brought in new styles, new techniques, new regimes.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, call it what you want. You
Yeah.
know, he did it. You know, don't forget, even Glenn Hoddle, who played underneath him at Monaco, when Glenn came into the England setup, before Wenger was like this guy in England, he wanted him to come and be a part of the Football Association somehow.
Which, I mean, now he's pretty much doing that elsewhere, right?
Yeah, but because he has something that you can't find. Those other managers out there, they can't do it, man. They ain't got that.
Right.
They ain't got that as a coach. They ain't got that as a manager. He built clubs from the ground up. Who's doing that?
No, but what I mean is, there are other world-class managers, probably that I can't even think of, where they just are not Champions League winners. What you asked is a question where it's not a denial that he's world-class, it's just there's other managers who are world-class who haven't won it either.
I just struggle to think. Who.
I'm trying to think of people. It'll be someone back in the 90s for me, someone like that. Because there's got to be.
Because I think the top managers, they've all done it.
Ancelotti,
the Lippies, the Capellos, they've won some. Has Capello won anything internationally?
He was at Roma and places, wasn't he? They're not
and
European.
Lazio.
Yeah, it's not the one, is it?
So maybe you are right. Maybe you are.
Juve didn't win it either.
He's a world-class manager.
He was.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No, not now.
He's a good glasses designer now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Did you know about that? You know, when he signed for Roma, he had it in his deal that he had to, they had to sell his glasses.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
A bit like the Southgate waistcoat M&S.
Wait, was that? No, but he didn't have that written.
Yeah, that wasn't for him. But that was. Were they England sponsors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they did the suits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Surely you got one of those.
No.
More of a Savile Row man.
Yeah. Next question. Will Liverpool be in a worse position now that Sadio Mane has left the club?
Yes.
Truthful.
It's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky. Because I'm an honest guy.
Darwin Núñez?
Núñez has got that potential. We see that potential, but you can't expect a 22-year-old to come in and replace a Senegalese king. We're talking about African Player of the Year here. Do you know what I mean?
And it's not just that.
No, it's not. He's a leader.
He is exceptional.
Yeah, and he's underestimated because I do think it is partly because of where his origin is. A lot of people underestimate African players overall in the Premier League era. I feel like they just don't get the credit they deserve because of all the stereotypes that surround those kind of guys. Yaya Toure is another one who just never gets the credit.
It's funny because when you talk about those kind of players, you mention the raw strength ability, but you forget the intelligence. When you look at Yaya Toure's exceptional seasons,
he's so
those
smart.
just ridiculous, and obviously Sadio Mane. You know, when I talk to players, they always say how strong he is despite his height as well. Apparently he's something else. He's doing his core exercises.
Right. I mean, that's the case for a lot of Liverpool players. I think part of Liverpool's actual strength is core strength. If you look at Thiago, guys,
mate, he's come back like he's been in the gym. He's been in pure gym.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Flipping, who else? James Milner.
James Milner. I mean, James Milner's ripped. Hendo.
What's going on?
Alisson's in decent shape.
Really?
Hendo was a big boy when I was
Really?
Yeah. Who else? I mean, Konate sits down and he's like
but
twice your width.
He's just
massive.
Yeah, he's just huge, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I always think it's just the training tops because the training tops make people look good. Like I put a training top on and it's like, what? Well, you've been in the gym?
Really?
I'm like, no, I've got a kid.
Good training top.
Yeah, exactly. People are here for the truth.
TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is he actually a good right back when he's out of the Klopp system? Yes or no?
No.
Fail.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. How do you really feel?
Okay, so I think he could definitely play functional right back, but I think if he's not in a Klopp system, he plays right centre midfield, Beckham style.
Okay.
AC Milan days, PSG days.
Do you think he would break through into a team as a right winger? Like, forget
not in the
playing
same
it.
way, but I feel like he's a naturally talented footballer you could put anywhere, right? And he's far surpasses the ability of so many other right backs.
Mm-hmm.
And attacking wise, I feel like we could have converted him into like a. If Mo Salah's not there, do we go push on a bit, son? Do you know what I mean?
Can he finish? No, I'm not talking about like free kicks and stuff like that. I'm talking about finishing, like
Yeah,
one-on-one.
he's scored some good goals. I think
Yeah.
though his main strength is like running onto it. He's got a bit of the Gerrards about him.
Oh, okay.
Where it either goes
The
right
gallop.
head, or it's like, yeah, he does that little shuffle and then, he does.
Next question. Is Steven Gerrard better than Luka Modric?
Yes.
Come on, surely you don't believe that.
Definitely truthful.
What the flip, bro? What?
Beautiful.
Listen, I think Stevie G is the man. He's even here at BT Sport with him once in a while. But
Is Luka Modric? And that's why he's not better.
no, come on,
What
seriously.
kind of pundit? I thought you didn't say whether you meant footballer or not. I said Steven Gerrard better football pundit than Luka Modric.
No,
bro. In
honestly,
terms of raw natural skill, I actually believe there's no better player than Steven Gerrard to ever grace Europe.
are you serious?
Absolutely.
This is the Liverpool in you coming out,
No,
for sure.
And I don't think you can find a goal compilation that's more diverse and talented than Steven Gerrard's goal compilation.
Yeah, but stop it.
His
But
passing.
we're not just talking about compilations here. We're talking
Absolutely.
about as a player here.
Yeah.
We're talking about the intelligence.
He's
We're talking
really
about
intelligent.
range of passing. I'm not saying he's not intelligent,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about out of the two.
Yeah.
We've got Stevie G and Android.
He's
And I'm not talking about Google either.
But he's played in a boutique team where he can have that luxury. Gerrard had that time where he's dragging Igor Bishkan through Europe. He's playing with Jimmy Traore at left back.
Yeah.
Has Luka Modric ever really had that? And did we rate Luka
At
Modric? in that,
Spurs.
yeah, but did we ever say, when Luka Modric was in the Premier League at that point, we never spoke about him like we spoke
Yeah,
about
I
Gerrard.
know, but
Gerrard
I
in
think
any side.
it's also where he's from. I reckon if Luka Modric was English at the time, we would have been doing that.
If he's Luka Modgate.
Yeah, Luka
then we love
Modgate,
him,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Luke Modgate.
Yeah.
He doesn't break through.
Luke, yeah.
Because back then in the late 90s, managers go, Luke Modgate, I'm not playing him.
Yeah, but not just that. I reckon the rules are if he's Luke Modgate, but he plays for Man United,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, ooh.
Sure, I get that.
Do you know what I mean?
But he could also be Luke Chadwick at that point, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, but he looked funny, so he was never really.
That's
gonna
part of
do
the
well.
problem.
Yeah.
So Luka Modric might suffer from the Gareth Southgates.
Do you reckon?
He's sort of like, he looks a bit like a Croatian Gareth Southgate.
I don't agree.
They've both got their nose.
I don't agree.
Truthful. It's true.
I don't agree.
But, go on. You win.
So you don't reckon he's better, basically?
I reckon Steven Gerrard, in terms of the way that I term players, Steven Gerrard's a better player. But Modric is incredible, don't get me wrong. But I think you were never talking about Modric when he was not at Real Madrid in the same breath as Steven Gerrard.
Maybe he's improved.
Oh, no, he has, don't get me wrong. But I also believe, still then, Steven Gerrard's ceiling was always higher than that. Think about it this way, like, Luka Modric obviously went to Real Madrid. Real Madrid wanted Steven Gerrard until he was until he retired pretty much, right? So did Mourinho, Ferguson wanted him. Every one of the best managers ever wanted him.
He's the man. He really is.
Exactly. Better than Rio.
I like this. Listen, you've actually read my mind. Are we ready?
Go for it.
Is Virgil van Dijk a better defender than Rio Ferdinand?
Yes.
You said that with a smile on your face that you couldn't wait.
Fail.
That's not true.
Oh my gosh.
He is better.
But it's just said you failed.
Sometimes the machine will be wrong.
There's a bug.
Yeah.
You truly believe it.
I truly believe
I can
it.
actually see it with a smile on your face. You really do believe it.
I truly believe it.
Why? Go on, talk to me.
Virgil van Dijk is a more elegant player than Rio was. I believe Virgil van Dijk. What is Rio behind me?
Yeah.
From my perspective, I think if if Rio had been given the previous career and had to break through in the way that Virgil did, we probably see them as comparable, but Virgil would have the edge. I think Virgil goes down in one of the all-time greats. Obviously, Rio's finished his career now.
6 Premier League titles as well.
It's nothing to do with silverware.
Can't say that.
Well, I can.
You can't.
Well, I can.
You
We're
can say
talking
it,
about
but
whether
you
a player
don't
is
mean you're
better,
right.
fundamentally better or not. There have been fundamentally better players that haven't won a lot in their careers.
Yeah, Ledley King, you know,
It's
one
a
of the
strange name to
best.
think off the top of the
Well,
fair
no,
play.
but he is if you think of the English ones anyway.
No, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then there's other players as well. Like even Steven Gerrard. You can say Gerrard doesn't have the silverware to match his name. If he hadn't won that European Cup,
Yeah, I know.
people would properly be going for Gerrard, I think.
Yeah, but I've always been a fan, so I wouldn't. And I know enough.
I get it, but Virgil van Dijk is better.
Really?
Yeah.
Range of passing?
Definitely range of
There's
passing.
Rio right there.
That's fine.
No, I'm joking.
I know. I'd say it to his
No, I know you would. No, I really know you would.
Virgil's a better. I think he's a more well-rounded centre back as well. I also think in the modern age it's difficult because if Rio maybe had been given the medical attention that he deserved during his career, he might then I'd think of him as better than Van Dijk. He'd have more longevity. He was in an era where we were sort of transitioning into modern medicine. We didn't quite know how to maintain players in the way we do now.
Yeah, but obviously, I'm not just trying to back Rio because of the whole 5 thing. But, like...
People know what number 5 is.
But...
Welcome back to Sesame Street. Kids.
Yeah.
Believe it on BT Sport.
Watch it,
Just watch it.
you know?
One goal.
But what about when it comes to, if you look at the eras that they played in?
Yeah.
Virgil's playing against one man up top every weekend.
Not
right?
really. No,
If you think about it.
No, he's playing
because-
against one man and two inverted wingers.
Let me land.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you're not going to land. I'm going to dodge it.
Let me land. Because when you look back at it, Rio's playing against what? 2 strikers every week.
Absolutely.
If he's playing against Leeds, he's playing against Alan Smith, Viduka, after he left, of
He
course.
did have a centre-back partner.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but
Don't get me wrong. Rio Ferdinand dragged Vidic through a career.
Yeah.
But
How could you say that?
that was quite easily. Luka Modric is better than both those guys, but Steven Gerrard's better than him.
Yeah, right, he
Virgil van
really- he
Dijk
really
is
is
then
right
better.
there.
What?
It really is. Hey Rio, did you drag Vidic through a career?
Yes.
Let's see what he says when he comes. Go on.
That's just a thing. It's true. It's true.
You're unbelievable.
He dragged him. There was a B. Everyone needs a B-side, right? Like
Yeah.
Joe Gomez is Virgil van Dijk's B-side.
Yeah. Is he really though? I like Joe Gomez, but is he really?
Well, he's not the A-side, is he?
No,
Virgil
he's
van Dijk's the
not.
A-side.
But
yeah.
but he's not really. I thought you was going to use like Matip as an example, or
Matip is a
Yeah.
B-side to Virgil van
Yeah.
Dijk, although he's still a
But
B-side.
I tell you what, he's a good player.
He's a great player.
I think he's better on the ball than Van Dijk. You know the way he brings it out.
The way he brings it
telling
out,
you.
but range of passing, Van Dijk is probably,
Really?
I'd say Van Dijk.
I think Matip's passing, like his range is better than what people say. I'm being honest.
No,
I
don't
think
get me
he's
wrong.
class. I'm gonna need him for a second. Yeah, he's right here.
Here we go.
Right. Rio, can we borrow you for 2 secs, please?
Just to insult your old centre-back partners.
Yeah, we're doing a live video.
I get nervous around legends.
All right, let's-
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm joking. How you doing?
Not about you.
I would.
We're here with Lawrence.
Cool.
Lawrence, I'm gonna ask you again. Mark,
Sure,
you ready?
go for it.
This was his response, by the way, not mine. Did Rio Ferdinand drag Vidic through a career? Yes,
Yes.
No way.
or
Fail.
no? Oh, it says you failed now. He proper believed it. He was just like, yeah, he was saying it.
No, man. We were there for each other.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to say that. Yeah, we all know what I mean. You know what I mean? You were the A-side in that, though.
Everyone's got their own opinions, isn't it?
Everyone's got their own opinion. Yeah. Oh, I love when people go
know
football.
what?
It's a game of opinions. It is.
No, but you know what? He had. Sorry.
It's a game.
What did he have that you didn't? Would be my question.
No,
Like, what did he bring that you
we were
didn't?
different in the fact that his best attribute for me was attacking the ball
Right.
and going and have contact with the striker, getting up and winning aerial balls, defending the box especially. Whereas I was better at other things.
Right.
The difference, what was good about us as well, I was good at that as well, and he was good at the other stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times in partnerships you have like, one who's really good at something, but really shit at certain things. We had a good level at most things, and there was outstanding attributes in certain areas as well.
Was he good on the ball though? Because obviously when people talk about you, Rolls Royce, the way he
Yeah,
brought
he
the
was-
ball
he-
out, good passing range. Did he have that?
He weren't, that wasn't his best attribute, no chance. But he was good on the ball, good enough on the ball. And the difference was he played on the left. So he wasn't as comfortable coming out because he's on the left-hand side. He's coming out with the ball, his weakest foot. As a striker, if I'm defending that, I know he's not going to ping it over there. Do you know what I mean? He wants to just play it to the fullback or play it into midfield like 10, 15-yard balls. So it was harder for him in that sense. But like attacking the ball in the box, both boxes, the ball coming up to a striker, defending, covering, he was top, man. He was top.
One more question for you. When it's all said and done, who's the better player? Steven Gerrard or Luka Modric?
Whoa, it's a big question, that, isn't it?
I know my answer.
He's already done it.
question.
He said Gerrard, no doubt. Like, I was just like, he's chatting rubbish. But
Do you know what's hilarious is the lie detector's not on you. You can say what you want,
No,
here,
yeah,
but you still
I know,
look
but-
No.
BT
Bro.
Sport colleague and that.
Bro, what Modric has done has been nuts. Like he
Say it, it's cool.
No. I'm just saying that.
from the chest.
I think at the end of their careers, you've got to say, like, if you're just going to say just play one game, who's the best player? Who can do everything? Gerrard. He beats probably most players, most midfielders. When you're talking, you put him up against someone and say, one game, this guy, go and have it. He's unreal. He's unplayable a lot of times, yeah. But if you're doing a body of work over a career, Modric takes and beats him. I think Modric wins.
He says that we weren't talking about Modric like that at Tottenham. And
Yeah, because
if
he hasn't
was,
had a career.
Exactly.
It's early in his career.
No, don't start siding.
We
with
weren't
the big
talking like.
don't start siding with him.
But we were. But the point is, when
We
he was at
weren't.
Spurs, so when Gerrard was the equivalent,
But
of his
he's had 10 years at
Exactly.
Madrid. You
Exactly.
can't judge him on
I told
Spurs.
him
That's
he's
like
done
people
well.
saying, we're going to judge Rio and his whole career on his years at Leeds and West Ham.
No, but that's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is, in terms of what we knew about Gerrard, raw ability at that point in his career, if you take them equivalent ages, then when Gerrard was really young, we knew his ceiling was exceptionally high. No one in the Premier League was speaking about Modric in that way when he was young at Tottenham. Maybe that's because he was foreign and he played
Man
for
United
Spurs.
passed on Modric.
No
when he left,
way.
Before he left.
No
yeah.
way.
But they passed on Hendo too, and we all know where that got him.
But Modric, what he's done at Real Madrid has been nothing short of nuts.
It's mad.
Like,
Mr. Ballon
All
d'Or,
time,
man.
all time.
when you're talking about Xavi, Iniesta,
He's
Modric
up
is
there
in that
now.
conversation.
He's up there now.
No.
He's up there now.
But just because I think Steven Gerrard's better doesn't mean I'm saying that Xavi is, like, that anyone is worse.
I don't know. The way you spoke about Gerrard sounded
Well,
like
so you think Gerrard's a better player than
Modric.
Modric?
I think Gerrard, in terms of raw ability and what he actually achieved, and
Yeah,
what he,
that's what I just said as well. I
yeah,
agree.
but also in terms of, like, I guess it's difficult for pros, right? Because you guys have got a respect for each other, and we don't have to adhere to that code. But when it comes down to what I think his ceiling was, what he dragged he dragged Igor Biscan and Jimmy Traore to a Champions League final, and then on the day Jimmy Traore is going, "I knew he'd get it," and you're like, "Hey, what have you
No,
done?"
but you know what? I don't like that argument. I don't like that argument.
Go on.
I've got to be honest. I don't like it when he took an average team to do great things, yeah. But
Once.
but you can't say that that's why he's great, because you've got, like, say for instance, you've got like a Lampard or Scholes, which was always the argument.
Absolutely.
They were in great teams, but there's an argument to say that in a great team you've still got to go and produce unbelievably. And you've got to maybe do more sometimes in a great team
Absolutely.
to stand out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which the way they did.
But I'm not grading them against anyone else. I'm not saying therefore that degrades what Lampard or Scholes did. But in terms of what Gerrard had to deal with, I think if he hadn't have had those roadblocks to deal with, and he hadn't have had these, like he dealt with a lot with Rafa, he dealt with a lot with those
All right,
old
so
owners.
if he didn't play at Liverpool,
We had this
if he
conversation,
plays at Chelsea in that team, or
Yeah.
he plays at Man United,
Say he comes to United,
Right,
I
he
think
gets-
you guys go 5 unbeaten.
wait, hold on, wait. But does he have the impact? Is he as impactful?
I mean that
Because he gets less ball. Because
So-
the ball's shared about, because you've got Ronaldo, you've got Rooney, you've got Scholes, you've got Keane, you've got all these players that are
Even
going
got
to
Carrick.
demand the ball more. So is he going to less ball? Is he going to be as impactful? Is he going to be as efficient with less ball?
I think he.
We don't know. I'm just asking. That's a question, though.
And it's a fun question. I think a lot of the time people take fun questions and turn them into serious debates. Like, if he goes to United, first of all, I think if Ferguson and Gerrard are in the same room, they love each other. Like, Gerrard would probably love a manager like Ferguson because he was exactly the kind of guy that he wanted to have around. They would have gelled really well. You know that Gerrard would have just slotted perfectly into that team because the likes of Keane and Scholes would have respected him. People probably would have gone, well, I understand where your ability comes from. And someone asked me this about Liverpool. If Gerrard's in this Klopp team, is he the same player? If he's playing in that Hendo role or whatever it is. The closest we're ever going to get to find out is when Jude Bellingham signs next year. It's true.
It's a good conversation
point.
to have. But
It's a
it's
fun
just,
one.
it's
Saying
just-
that though, we do see that. Was Scholes for England the same as he was for Liverpool?
Was he ever Scholes? I feel like
Not Scholes, sorry, Gerrard. My bad, Gerrard.
No, but again, it comes
And
down
again,
to
he's playing with better players, right?
But you had, like you said, there were other issues in that England side which led to bigger problems.
England's a bad example. That's a bad analogy. But I think it's Gerrard was just like, in terms of raw ability, like crazy.
You
You
had-
do everything.
In terms of your career, you probably had some of your worst days against Gerrard and Torres, right?
He says it's a myth.
Not me.
He says that's
a
not
myth.
true.
Go back and watch the games. Me personally, me.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. Why do you think I say?
Yeah.
Why do you think I say you drag Vidic through? That's the
No, but sometimes you have a team that you just have a bogey team.
sure.
And I think Vida went through that time where like he got sent off and whatnot. But like, how many goals did Torres score against us?
I think it wasn't that many actually. It was actually the system that sort of benefited us.
I know, but when people say that, when they go, "Oh, Torres," I say, "How many goals did he get against us?"
was it 2 or 3? It was only 2 or 3.
It wasn't like, "Oh my God, they got destroyed. He destroyed them." It's like, why didn't he score that many goals?
It was also the nature of the goals. Like it was the fact that if you're
the
laying
red
down,
card and stuff like that,
and if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
laying
yeah.
down when Torres is clean through, it's not great.
He was like, "Oh no."
Well, you weren't. No. But yeah.
But you know what? Yeah,
To be fair, you were out on your ass.
No. But if you, Torres and Gerrard was a good partnership. They were a good partnership.
Yeah.
Suarez and Sturridge
Sure.
was a good partnership.
My problem is I feel like Suarez brought Liverpool into disrepute and changed a lot of issues, and I don't feel like Gerrard or Torres ever really did that. And I can't respect Suarez in the same way because I don't feel like he respected Liverpool in the same way as Torres and Gerrard did. So he'll never be in the same place in Liverpool fans' hearts for that reason. And also, I enjoy a healthy rivalry between Liverpool and United, and for me, Suarez ruined that with what happened. And that I never take that back.
Fair enough.
That sort of ruined that era because
Yeah, I agree.
technically that Liverpool team should have been going for United, and it took our edge away.
That's fair enough.
If you could have taken one Premier League player, would you have taken Gerrard at United, or would you have taken someone else?
Gerrard all day long.
Yeah.
From Liverpool.
From any other Premier. So in that era, if you could have taken and added any Premier League player, who would you have added?
Thierry Henry.
To be fair, that would have been unbelievable.
Thierry.
That's done. Listen, Rio.
Gerrard, Thierry, Lampard.
Yeah.
Oh, Vieira. Oh my God.
Vieira would have been good fun.
Vieira would have been nuts alongside King.
But then
Alongside Scholes.
that's like a Bowyer Dyer type situation there, though, isn't it? Where people are sort of fighting on the field or whatever. That's
The way we played, Thierry might not have fitted our system because he drifted a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, but
But he was Thierry. I'm taking
Nasty,
Thierry.
innit?
yeah, exactly.
Nasty.
See you later, man. Take
Rio
it easy.
Ferdinand, everyone.
This is it. Thanks for having us. It's been great.
Was that? That's it.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it.
Thank
That
you.
is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Thank
You know what I mean?
Joe, I'm gone.
Bro, I'll see you later, yeah?
Thanks a lot for watching the content, guys. I really appreciate it. We're almost at, check this, 40,000 subs. We're trying to make it to 100 by the World Cup. Can we make it? I don't know. Support the channel. If you want to see more stuff like this, you want to see more Rio, you want to see more other people on the channel, which you probably do, go take a look at the rest of the stuff on the channel and let me know what you think. Thinking of setting up a little Discord or somewhere that everyone can sort of get together. Maybe you want that, maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks a lot to BT Sport for inviting me along. I really appreciate it. They've got some great Premier League action and so much more this season on BT Sport. Go take a look at it. Believe it? Now see it on BT Sport. I get the feeling I'm getting good at that. I'm kind of getting good at that. But you can go see it on BT Sport. See you guys later. Enjoy the weekend of football.